that we know of other than being a House of Representative, but then somehow she worth $8 million from stocks. And you go look at all of these House of Representatives, look at all of these people in Congress that are worth exponentially more money than when they started. What do they all got? Investment in day trading, and I mean not day trading, but putting their stuff in the market, probably inside of trading. All right, let's listen to what this. I'm not gonna. Don't say it, Brandon. Don't talk about people because you're supposed to be a Christian. Let me, Representative Crockett. Let's roll what she had to say. Roll
As
it.
it relates to X, he has never made a profit since he bought X. In fact, the value of X is 75% lower than it has ever been. So if I am going to go look for somebody to run a business, I'm going to look for someone who is going to run one successfully. And before people start screaming and yelling about, well, he's a billionaire. Yeah, when you know the right people and they'll just give you money, then you can become a billionaire too. And maybe one day all of us will have that kind of access. But until...
Hold on, Shotty. You making the whole black race look bad. Put her ugly head back on there. You making all us look bad, sister. You can't be this silly. You went to college. You got a degree. You have a law firm. Are you this silly and don't know how business works? Tesla, he's never made a profit on X. I think she said Twitter, right? He never made a profit on Twitter. It's the lowest evaluation that it has ever had. If you had any common sense whatsoever, you know that when he bought X or bought Twitter, it was overinflated to start with. It wasn't worth $40 billion. They over-exaggerated it. There was a whole bunch of bots on the system. And he said this at the beginning. We all knew this at the beginning. But he decided that saving free speech was more important than this overinflated valuation of X. So we all knew it's a crap show. That's not about managing business. She has to be the dumbest person in the world because you could just go to PayPal, you could go to Tesla, you could go to SpaceX, you could go down a list of the things that he developed. OpenAI, all of these are multi-billion-dollar companies. Tesla's a $1 trillion company. Ma'am, you picked Twitter that he acquired with other investors to act like he don't have a business acumen. The dude just rescued people from outer space with the Space Force Dragon. and what you doing? Your law firm, you don't made $26,000. You dirty little son of a gun. Put another clip up there, because I wanna rub it in like that dog that poo on the carpet. Rub the dog face in it. Let's see how silly she get, because I think she is number one most ignorant person in the entire government. Roll the clip.
It is not a criminal violation to enter the country illegally. It's not a criminal. It's a crime. It's not.
Is it a crime or a misdemeanor to enter the country illegally?
It's a crime to enter the country illegally on Title 8, United States Code 1325. And it's really pathetic that any member of Congress don't understand what the law says. They wrote the law. They enacted the law. It was signed by the president. It's a criminal violation to enter the country illegally. If you've entered it prior, it's a felony. So, I've been saying this for I don't know how long on your show, and I had to educate AOC years ago during the hearing that it's a crime to enter this country illegally, and we're going to enforce those laws.
This is a stunning achievement. There's no other way to put it. Stunning turnaround in a month.
Rita, there was a lot of misinformation in.
All right. So I'm going to start with Gray. Why do you think the left keep pushing this narrative that entering the country is not a crime?
I knew you was going to come for me, but I think that when they're talking about it, they are downplaying it, and I think that was a weakness for the left. I think that, especially now, because you look on TikTok everywhere, people like, oh, okay, you guys want to look at immigration like slavery because y'all want low wages. But what I want to say specifically about Jasmine Crockett, it's like if a black girl is acting hood, like it's like they go all on her. Does she get out of line? Yes, but I think she kind of has the same personality as Candace Owens, and Candace Owens gets a pass because she's a Republican. I definitely think that.
Would you agree, Kylie?
I mean, I think that I had to disagree with some of I think a lot of people expect me to be like this leftist person, and I'm really not. I'm actually a libertarian, and I believe in freedom, just freedom of expression. That's what sexual freedom is all about, actually. But I definitely think that, again, it's very nuanced. There's a lot more to it. Especially when it comes to like legal definitions and, human rights frameworks. So I think it's more nuanced. Yeah.
Okay, easy.
Yeah, I don't understand why people think that it's not a crime. I mean, you got to go through processes and paperwork to be a citizen here. So, I mean, to me, it's as clear as day. I mean, you got to go through the processes to be a civilian in this country. It's clear.
All right, so I'm gonna ask the question, and anybody want to jump in, y'all can jump in. Do y'all think Jasmine Crockett is attacking Elon because he's a threat to the system that protects her?
No, I think that she's a progressive. Right now, AOC and Bernie Sanders are getting a lot of attention. The Democratic Party's approval numbers are abysmal, and she sees an opportunity to throw her hat in the ring to run for U.S. president. Nobody else is attacking Trump, really, so she's trying to be known as that person, and she's got a lot of attention. She got an interview on Breakfast Club. She's been on The View, all because she's talking all this trash. But I feel like all politicians come in, then they know inside information with stocks and finances, and then they get rich. So she's not the only one doing that.
Oh, but do you think, like, saying she's not the only one that's doing it, I can agree with you on that. But do you think that would be a good reason for her to be attacking him? Like, let me get him before he finds something on me, because that's what Elon is pretty much doing. He's scanning through everything in the government.
No, I think it's for personal gain and for political ambitions.
What about you, Easy? Do you think this
Honestly,
like a
yeah.
preemptive strike?
Yeah. I think she's throwing some low blows. I mean, because everybody is not totally agreeing with what he's doing right now. I mean, like I said before in the other episodes, like Trump is right now is destroying and trying to rebuild, and everybody's not liking that process right now. So that's what it is.
Kylie?
So I definitely think that she had some points, some good points. I don't necessarily think she was all wrong. I think that, bringing up Twitter and X was probably one of the worst ways that she could have went, about that point, especially somebody who agrees with free speech. And I use Twitter and X as well, for my online I guess persona, and it's been one of the only platforms that hasn't used me as like a way to I guess take me down. I've never been taken down on Twitter, especially since he got it. So I mean, I think it was just bad wording, and I think she could have used other better ways of saying it.
Yeah. On pushback on Gray, you're saying you think they just mess with her because she's on the left. I would have to disagree to say that her and Candace Owens are similar. Like, you don't see Candace Owens dancing to music and protest, right?
Oh, yes,
you think she could move better, just far as like the quorum and how she comes off? Because to me, she comes off very much hood in a sense.
Okay, to me, right, she is over the top, and she does fit the stereotype to a certain degree, right?
Yeah.
But with Candace Owens, she can be over the top, but she's married to a white man. Her children are biracial. She's a Republican. She's around Trump and all these other people. So like her aggression isn't just seen as more of a threat. Now, is she a little bit more classy? Yes. But I feel like they kind of have some forms of the same aggression. And they're both kind of dark-skinned girls. So they already got that pressure on them. And then they're in politics. So it's like they got to hold themselves a certain way. But I'll say Michelle Obama is probably one that I've seen carry herself with complete class and doesn't fit a stereotype at all.
And so I guess a better question would be, do you think that how she carries herself warrants some of the criticism that's coming her way? And this is something that can go towards Kylie, because you're about freedom of expression. You believe in freedom of expression, but do you agree that you should accept the consequences that come with it, or should people just go along with it.
I think that people need to be more open-minded, especially to other people's backgrounds, where they came from, because we all have, we're all human and we have something to bring, to the conversation. And I think that that's the important part. I do think that it has, there's a lot of eyes on her because of, the way that she does carry herself, just like Gray said, I think she carries herself very differently than Candace Owens does. So, but I do think that people need to be more open-minded, especially when it comes to politics, because let's face it, it's not going well, and it hasn't for a long time, on either side of, right or left, in my opinion. So I definitely think just being more open-minded to different types of people with different opinions.
Easy, you want to jump in?
Yeah, I want to say, yeah, there's definitely an attack on freedom of speech, and it's clearly shown right now. So I think people need to be more open-minded, like Callie said, and I don't know, we just got to pray, man, and just keep on going.
My personal opinion is that certain traditions should be upheld, and people, I think a lot of how she's just running her mouth is just image is important. How people view you is important, and we want to change that, but you really can't. So it's like, I think a lot of the attention that she's getting as negative is warranted because she's putting out that energy and she's getting it back. And I know people want to protect her, but I'm like, if you don't want that energy back, you need to carry yourself better. Yeah, maybe Elon is doing some things that are wrong, but if you're going to attack him, it should be more. I think you should. I honestly don't think she knows what she's talking about. Just like Tatum said, she's in the law. Like, stick to law. Don't come on the financial side. Because the stuff that she said, we did. I even knew that. I even knew when he bought X that it was filled with bots. That's why I stopped going on it when it was Twitter, because it was just so much spam. I don't know if y'all remember back when the Nike shoes, when everybody was getting spam with Nike shoes on their page. That's what turned me off to it. But I'm going to go to the next subject. If anybody don't have anything else to say on this one.
Nah, I would just basically say in that movie Crash, when Terrence Howard told Ludacris, "You embarrassing me," that's what Jasmine Crockett need to hear. Like, you on a national stage, like, leave, don't do the stereotype in a public view. It's gonna make it harder for us.
Yeah, and honestly, to me, it's like, it would be like if she was male, it would be like a guy sagging his pants and coming on stage and talking. That's the same vibe I get when she talks. Like, she doesn't filter. Like, you got